Welcome to the Tech Egg. Don't get scrambled. Enjoy the video.
First, register an app in Azure Active Directory to integrate Outlook and N8n. Use the Azure portal and create a new app registration. Then, copy the tenant ID and client ID for later use in N8n credentials. Next, create a client secret and copy its value immediately because Azure hides it later. Set the redirect URI to your N8n callback URL using HTTPS and port 443 if required. Finally, configure API permissions before moving to N8n to allow correct OAuth consent. Now configure API permissions for the registered app to access Outlook Mail. Choose Delegated Permissions and add Mail. Read Write, Mail, Send, and User. Read. Also include open-eyed and offline access to enable refresh tokens for long-running workflows. After adding permissions, click Grant Admin Consent for your tenant to avoid repeated consents. Confirm that the permission status shows granted for your organization in the Azure portal. These steps ensure N8n can read, send, and manage mail using the Microsoft Graph API. Open N8n and navigate to the Credentials section to create Microsoft OAuth 2 credentials. Enter the tenant ID, client ID, and the client secret you copied earlier into the fields. For the authorization URL, use the Microsoft OAuth v2 endpoint with your tenant ID included. Paste the exact redirect URI you set in Azure to prevent validation errors during login. Click Authenticate to run the OAuth login flow and approve the scopes. Finally, test the credentials and add a Microsoft Outlook trigger node or HTTP request node to fetch email and run workflows.
Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing if I helped unscramble your problems.